Today we're going to be looking at what happens on a river bend. You can find this on the pages 14 to 15 in your book on Kerboodle. Pause my video and then play the vocabulary game to get started, okay? Why are rivers important? Think of all the things we use fresh water for. You can type those answers into the answer sheet that you've been given for today's lesson. The same goes for this question. This map shows the lights of Egypt at night. Why do you think the lights make this pattern? Okay, so we're looking at this pattern right here. Notice how this river is straight. Why is this river straight? And the river at the top is not, okay? Same goes for this. Please type this into the answer sheet. So why do you think this is straight? And why is this one not? Rivers are normally only straight when humans interfere with them by building banks or diverting their course. Bends develop on rivers mainly because of water's eroding power. River bends are also called meanders. Let's take a closer look at why rivers bend in this video. Okay, so pause my video and watch the video in the slides. Here, the force of water is greatest towards the outside of the bend and causes erosion when it hits the banks. This deepens the channel and wears away the bank to create a river cliff. All right, so let's look at it all over here. Look at the labels, make sure that you understand them. I don't need to read them out for you. You can do that. All right, on the inside of the river, the water movement current is slower. That's in here, so slower current in here. Material builds up due to deposition. This makes the bank gently sloping and the river channel shallow. So you can see it's shallower here and deeper out there. Now, let's look at this, okay? This is a close-up view of a real-life riverbed that clearly shows erosion taking place on the outside of the bend and deposition on the inside. So, deposition on the inside of the river, which we can see right here, this is where it moves slower, and this is where the water or the current moves faster, okay? Which picture shows the water flowing faster and which picture shows the water flowing slower? Please type those answers into the answer sheet. And how do you know? Refer back to the other slides, please. So, floodplains are areas of flat land on either side of a river. These areas are covered with water when the river overflows its banks. These are made up of alluvium, which is a fine muddy material that is left behind after floods. Alluvium is sometimes called silt and is rich in minerals. Floodplains are useful to people because they are flat and have fertile soil, which makes them good for building on and or farming. Okay, what might be a risk of building houses on a floodplain? Answer that in the answer sheet. Why would a floodplain be a good place for farming? Answer that in the answer sheet, please. Okay, all of the answers to these, you can find some of the answers right here. All right. This river has many meanders. They usually occur in the middle or lower course of rivers and are formed by erosion and deposition. You can see that some of the meanders are almost touching, right? You can almost see them touching. What might happen next? Watch this video to find out. So this question, what might happen next? Answer that in the answer sheet when you watch the video, okay? Here you can see the development of an oxbow lake by looking at this time-lapse photography of a river between 1985 and 2013, all right? So here's a quick summary of how the Oxbow Lake is shaped. You can go through this on your own. I don't want to read it out for you. Now, just to recap, when rivers flow through the flat land of their middle and lower courses, they tend to widen out and flow more slowly. Where the river bends, erosion and deposition takes place and meanders form. Fast-flowing water has more energy and will erode. When water flows more slowly, it will begin to drop its load, causing deposition. Now, when you've answered all the things in the answer sheet, do these activities, please, okay? Activity 1, 2, and then this one. You can fill it out inside the Google Slides. Finally, complete the 1.7 end of lesson assessment on Kerboodle. That is it for today.